Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It's a Saturday, as I'm recording. I mean, I don't know when you're watching, but it is a Saturday as I record. Thumbs up for that. My throat is kind of sore and scratchy. I've been not as wheezy. I'm not sick. There's just a lot of particulate matter in the air. Yay. So, thumbs up on that. But I feel pretty good that way today, and that's a good thing. And I actually slept very well last night. I debated taking another antihistamine, but I don't want the rebound effect to keep me awake. So I just went to bed and hoped that things would be good, because lately I've been, anxiety in the middle of the night. Slept well. There was a dog barking last night at about, 1 o'clock-ish. That woke me up, and I was irate for a time. But after that, I fell right back to sleep. Close to like 5:15-ish, I was like awake and just got up out of bed. But I've been feeling pretty good, and that's good. So definitely a thumbs up. I've not been sleeping well these past couple. It's nice to be able to sleep. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And then I went on my walkies last night, and that was fun. And there was actually, we have been having these small festival type things in town, and they're nice. I try to stay on the background of them if they're happening in town. I mean, number one, my social anxieties, and number two, nobody is wearing a mask. So I'm not going to be near anybody. But they had a nice band. And, they've been having cover bands for quite some time. But this group was pretty good. They were nice. I was walking real close to them, and suddenly in the middle of the song they were doing, broke into like the solo section. There was a damn good guitar solo going on. Definitely a thumbs up. I was glad I was walking through at that time. A very good thing. And then past that, I just existed. I did recording, editing, and all that yesterday. Now my sinuses are bothering me. But I got my stuff done. I didn't make my phone calls. I mean, one of the calls that I wanted to do, I want to check on my skin. Skin cancer is something you need to check on. And I got a spot here that mole is new, and that's not good. I got a mole down on my back, where that part of my back has been very itchy and kind of sore, and I have a spot inside that hurts. Now, 2 points. Number one, that can be worrying. I watched one of these chubby emu videos that this doctor does, and one of them was about a fellow who would occasionally notice, well, more than occasionally, but every single day, he would notice he had a tickle in his inside. And he would press on it and push on it and try to figure it out, and just didn't do anything about it, but he'd have this tickle inside of him. And then one day it became a hurt. And so finally he went to the ER and got it checked out, and it was stage 4 cancer that he should have taken care of back when it was just tickling, because it wouldn't have been stage 4 at that point. Now this pain and itchiness and all there is also where 6 years ago I was having to put tennis balls against the wall and lean up against it with my back in that exact spot to work out the knots that I get right inside of there. Because as I've mentioned before, I have scoliosis, which twists my spine in such a way that it thrusts this part of my shoulder forward, and so this part of my rib cage doesn't expand like it's supposed to. I have my shoulder blade on this side does not lie flat. My left shoulder blade is flat like it's supposed to be. My right shoulder blade goes like this, with that in wings. And if I move my shoulder forward like that, it just goes wow, with a huge pointy spike that comes out. This side, normal. This side, wow. When I'm out walking and I've got that pain inside, that's not very inside, it's right on the outside where the muscles are, but then I go do this whole wing thing and lean, and then the pain goes away. if it can, so it might be a problem, likely just all that muscles knotting up. So yay. The other phone call, I still need to get a colonoscopy, but it's only been like 2 or 3 years. Well, more likely like 3 years. And so it's important that I get another colonoscopy, but it's not the end of the world if I don't get it done like really, really soon. You know, they do them on average like 3 to 5 years. So I need to get them done. I don't want to die anytime sooner than I have to, but it's still not the end of the world, and I'm working and pushing. One of the problems is I need a level of support that I don't have ever since my wife died, so yay. But on another quick thing before I jump to some other stuff, I was actually asked in comments by a person that it's hard to read exactly what they mean by it, but they put, "Are you gay?" and then question mark, exclamation point. When you over-intellectualize a question like that, it's like, sure, there's a lot of, hate and stuff in the world. It could be that, but there's also people that don't know how to express themselves well, and it might be a gosh, are you? In an I'm excited kind of way. It could be a gosh, are you? And ugh, if it's true, I'm gonna stop watching kind of way. Or any of the blends in between. It's hard to say. The problem with text conversation is we are visual and auditory, verbal human beings. And 95% of all context is lost in text. And that 95% of context, it gives you a ton of information. And when you don't have that, generally, you tend to fill in the context with how you're feeling at the moment. So, what they mean is gone. You fill it in with what's happening in your life, and then what's the original point of the message now? So, I don't know the point of the question. Good, bad, and different. But as I've said before, it's like, no, I am not. But I am bi/pan. So I like equally pretty much anything that's human and, of legal consenting age. Come on now. I find some male bodies quite exciting. I find female bodies quite exciting. I find some transgender bodies quite exciting. What I'm attracted to primarily is up here. And if I like what's up here, then I get happy about what the rest of the system is. So, no, I'm not gay. There wouldn't be a problem if I was. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I'm not. I'm bi/pan. So, yay? At the same time, with my social anxieties and my inability to really relate to a lot of other people unless there's interest shared that I can geek out on. I mean, it doesn't really matter, and I'm kind of grossed out by organic stuff anyway. I have to flip a switch in my head to go from to oh. Some yay. Humanity, brains, you gotta love it. Let's see what else I have on here, because there is actually a couple things with this one. This one's the bone juice hurting world, and if I've got time with Amagaratsu, bone hurting juice world and Amagaratsu, because one of the things that I've wanted to talk about with the way Scarbat and Meliandor and Ilchenka, they all have the same wanderlust, and they like to go out and they do things, but they are putting their lives on the line. They have done things that would scar most people, and the thing is, yeah, it actually does take a toll. They do live their lives the way they want to live their lives. They are doing things that they want to do. But a lot of these things that they want to do end up with them sometimes having very horrific things happen. Like I mentioned yesterday, how one of the reasons they're at the village where the bone-hurting juice potion is made in the first place is they had been out on an adventure and they almost all died, just really fast, really hard, no warning, and they are all really shook hard. Because Milliander, the fungal elf of the group, is actually waking up middle of the night because the nightmares of all Milliander can see is Scarbat on the ground, the creature over the top of him, and then in one big bite, the entire front half of Scarbat's body, from here to mid-chest, gone. Just leaving just one big bite and all the meat exposed after that, and that wakes him up with a scream. Doesn't scream anymore after the first couple weeks. But Scarbat, of course, is like, "Oh yeah, laddie, I know. I hear you. It's not just the one time, you wake up a couple times a night, and I hear it because it takes me until late in the night to fall asleep, because all I can see is those teeth above me when I try to sleep." So yeah, all three of them, through the decades of being adventurers and doing what they want to do, they're really getting hit hard with PTSD at the end of all this. And there's no real therapy for things like that. There's no systems in their world. Society is really in flux. Each one of these civilizations and the races and the species that inhabit them, it wasn't that long ago before they were all on their own worlds all by themselves. They don't have racial memories of this except for the fungal elves, but they still have oral histories of this change. So everything is just in turmoil in that fashion. It's only been like 2,000 years since the soap bubbling. And so everything is just bizarre in this place, and everything is in flux. So they're dealing with things in their own way, and one of the ways that they're dealing with it is to drink bone-hurting juice. Oh, as a quick one as well, just on the creative writing front still, I had figured that Scarbat both agrees and disagrees with the worldview of the people who make the bone-hurting juice potion. They've made that for personal challenge because the world that everyone lives in is hard and difficult, but not impossible. In fact, wherever you are, it's pretty much impossible to just starve. You can always find work, you can always find food, there's always the church. It's hard and to really find life difficult. Instead of struggling 16 hours a day, everything in survival, now your survival needs you do about 2 hours a day, then you've got 14 hours that are yours and you sleep. He agrees and disagrees because yes, for most people, it is important to have challenges, and for most people, that sort of challenge is going to be something like the bone-hurting juice potion. But at the same time, he knows no matter where you are, with all the weird magics in the world, with all the stuff that's happened from the previous aeons and civilizations that this planet has built up and then they've left, no matter where you are within a less than 24-hour foot walk to some place where you can have adventure against something that wants you in its belly, and you want treasure that's someplace past it. Within 24 hours of a walk, you can find that in this world. So he agrees that most people, challenge is good, but on the other hand, you don't need to do this to find challenge. The world is crazed. So thumbs up on that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank up to 25 people, though in the last 24 hours there have been far less than 25, but it's up to 25 people who have left me comments. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. I'm just thanking you right now for having expended the calories and taken the time. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember what my own name is. Getting better all the time, but there is a functional limit. I haven't reached it yet, but one day. And then there is Thoru, and then it looks like katakana or kanji, I'm not sure, but thank you very, very much. And Confused Owl 29, ugh, all this bloody smoke. Mihai, thumbs up and thank you. Oblivion with a 3 instead of an E, thumbs up or an I. I can't even remember how you spell Oblivion anymore, but thank you very, very much. Nobody Important, greatly appreciate. Zach Goodrich, thumbs up, and you did very well. I have never 100%ed anything, and I used to think I was really good at these games. I don't think so anymore. Thank you very, very much for the comment. Thank you for watching. Johnny K, oh my god, that jump. Kapaki, greatly appreciated. Max Daisy is the one who wonders if I'm gay. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up. Pob FS, thumbs up. E-Fiend, greatly appreciated. And that is it. 12 people who left me, 12 individual people who left me comments in the last 24 hours. Thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text. And that is appreciated, a definite thumbs up. And since my hands are in the air, while I have no idea where the text description for the video would be, because if you're on mobile, I don't have a mobile. I have a phone, but not a smartphone, so I have no ideas where the text description is. But inside of it, I have links to my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com, and if you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. These people keep food in my belly, a roof over my head, and feed my cat and my hamster. Thank you all so very, very much. It is appreciated. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could help me out financially that way, I am really hurt and it would be nice. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I do have an Amazon PayPal link, an Amazon wish list link. That would be cool if you could check it out. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thank you very, very much. Well, hokey smokes. I've got a lot of editing to do today. A lot of editing to do today. So thumbs up on that. I also want to keep working on Ilchenka's and the people of the Calendras' accent. It's different. It's based on things, but it's not exactly like any real world thing. So working on that. But no matter where you are in the world, please be careful. The virus does not care about your freedoms. It doesn't care about your political affiliation. It only wants to spread. So when you go among people, please wear a mask. Maintain your social distancing. Wash your hands frequently. Try not to touch your face. Get vaxxed if you can. I've been vaxxed. I'm getting the booster when it's available. Please be smart. You don't need lifelong complications. You don't need death. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.